Welcome back, guys. My name is Chris. Now, at this point, I've made dozens of videos covering a lot of the tools and capabilities that NetSuite offers its clients. So in this video, I want to take a look at what is the worst NetSuite feature that exists. Now, that's a pretty subjective question. So I actually asked a lot of other people, consultants, clients, to try to get a concept of what they thought was the worst or most troublesome feature they've run into with NetSuite. The majority of people considered the worst NetSuite feature, which is the bank feed tool. And if you're not familiar with the bank feed tool, it's basically an option that allows you to take the information that's in your NetSuite instance and sync it up to your actual corporate bank accounts. So if you've got these various accounts, you can bring in that transactional data, match it up to what you have in your NetSuite, and use that to do bank reconciliations amongst other things. Now, the reason bank feeds came up so often is because, unlike the marketing module, which is used by very few people, the bank feeds tool is used by practically every company that uses NetSuite. And the issues that you run into with bank feeds are myriad. The setup process is very difficult. Sometimes a password can change and it breaks the feed. Sometimes it simply doesn't work in the first place and there's no discernible reason why. It's a finicky system. It can be hard to set up in the first place and it can break quite easily. A lot of people have had massive headaches and issues when trying to use that system to do their bank reconciliations at the end of the month. So I don't want to be all doom and gloom. What are your options for remedying or getting around some of the problems that you can have with bank feeds? And I've got 3 tips for you. So let's take them from the top. My first tip is to check out the video I made last week called Bank Reconciliations. And really in that video, I talk about 3 additional methods you have to do your bank reconciliation without relying on bank feeds. And that includes doing imports of bank statements, doing a manual matchup, let's say if you have a paper statement, or relying on an old or deprecated NetSuite tool. So if you're sick of bank feeds and you just want to get your bank reconciliation done, check out that video. The second tip I'm going to give is check out one of the third-party applications that provides a similar tool to bank feeds. And there's really a lot out there. The one I'm going to specifically comment on is one that I've recommended in a number of videos, which is a product by the company NetGain. And they have a product called NetClose, which includes a sort of a bank syncing option that does a lot of the same things that bank feeds have, but it gives additional capabilities and it tends to be a lot more robust and less finicky than bank feeds. So if you're running into issues and you want to check out a third-party app that can simply replace what you would normally do with bank feeds, then check out, again, either NetGain or any one of the other third-party apps that accomplishes really the same thing. And my last tip is if you're determined to use the bank feeds feature, but you can't get it to work on your own, then use any one of the NetSuite consulting agencies to come in and actually debug it for you. There's a bunch of different companies that have a lot of depth and experience using NetSuite that can provide some service like that. Off the top of my head, you've got RSM, Bryant Park Consulting, Eide Bailly, Myers Holem, but the one I want to particularly recommend in this video is a NetSuite solution provider called SCS Cloud. And the reason I want to particularly highlight them is because not only do they have experience in consulting like many of the other companies, they have a consistency of quality that you don't always find with some of these larger agencies. So if you really want to resolve that issue and you're running into difficulty, then check out SCS Cloud. Again, I'll provide the link down below and they can come in and resolve that issue and whatever other problems you might be running into, in addition to support and optimization functions. So those are my tips on how to resolve issues you might be running into with the bank feeds tool. But really what I want to know is what features in NetSuite have caused you the most trouble? What do you consider the worst NetSuite feature? Let me know down in the comments below and I can either point you to a video that I've already made addressing that problem, or I can use that information to make future videos to try to address the issues that you guys run into. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to watch future videos, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.